Now, I'm coming to the woods this far in and I can't hear the road, and I'm getting to a point where I'm unsure which way to go. So I'm just going to keep on walking for a bit, see if I can hear traffic or river. If I hear the river first, I know go towards it, because there's a path that runs along the river. Or if I hear the road first, just keep following that noise. That's all I can do. Got myself quite lost. Well, today I've come into Tockholes again to look for a camping space so I can do an overnight camp here. So I'm going to go off the paths, go deep into the woods and see if I can find a nice flat bit. We're going to go down into a place where I call the Dark Woods to look for a really good spot. This is the beginning of the Dark Woods. As you can see, it's a lot denser here than all around. So what I really want to do is get into a part of the woods where it's so far from the paths up here and on the other side and away from the roads, because I want complete silence so I can hear when I'm here through the night the slightest noise, what will get my attention to the point of going having a look round, finding out what's around these woods. Well, it's extremely quiet in here. Oops, nearly went then. And we're on a bit of a slope at the moment, so I've got to watch my feet as I'm walking along here. Can't really hear the road any longer. I see over here where people have had a bit of a camp. So we do get people coming in here this far in, doing the camping. Now which way to go? Let's try down here. So I'm not sure whether this is a place where someone was camping and they saw, as they were camping down at the bottom, up along the horizon, something moving along. A dark shadow on four legs moving pretty quick along this area. Alright.
Yeah.
So we do get people down here as well, walking the dogs. Seems to be getting flatter now. I don't think it's far to go. It's a long walk though from the road. It looks like we're coming to the end of this bit of wood, and it's not very flat. Plus I'd like to go a little bit deeper, because I've just heard quite off in the distance a car going past, and I want to try and avoid that, and trying to avoid streams and rivers as well, because of the noise that they make. Because sometimes if you're near a babbling brook or a noisy river, you're not going to pick up other things, and you're going to start picking up different sounds coming from that as well. Because I must say, when I've been near rivers, and you just sit there, sometimes you pick up what sounds like people talking, but it's just the rocks, the water running over the rocks, making a babbling noise. Oh, look at these mushrooms on here. Don't know much about mushrooms. I don't know whether they're edible, but I'm not going to try. If anyone knows, let me know. So we are coming to the end of it here now. And it looks as though we're on the path again. And this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Paths. But we will walk along here a minute. Well, I've been in here now for about 45 minutes just walking around, trying or thinking I'm walking in a straight line. I'm not sure. And we've come to another bit which I think is pretty good, but there is a path not far from it. So I'm going to walk a bit further and see what I've come across. I haven't spotted any deer yet. I thought being this deep in I'd see some deer running around. I've been quite quiet. I'm going to turn you around and then you can have a good look of what's around me at the moment. Seems like a good area. Might head down this way. Let's sort of go around this little bit of water. So I'm just going to show you this while I'm here, which on the ground, as you can see, that is a sign of deer coming through here. They sort of go to the ground and scrape it away a bit to get to the roots, all the fresh roots underneath. So it does look as though I'm on a game trail. I will follow that a minute and see if I can find more and see whether we can spot a deer. Go this way, I think. In fact, I think I've found what I was looking for. What I wanted to choose as a spot. It's quite flat, quite open. And it looks as though somebody has been here before using this spot. As you can see, there's a log there in front. I am dead in the middle of Roddlesworth. Let me see. There's a path here actually. Like I said, I don't want to go on a path. Few sawn down trees. But I have found what I was looking for before. But last time I came down here, it must have been freshly fallen over, this tree. Because this here was all cut out. And it looked as though somebody was actually using it to sleep in. Almost like a nest. As you can see, it's not been used for a long time. So I'm in the right area where I wanted to be. I didn't think I'd find this spot again. But again, evidence that people come through here on the bikes. Not only that, we've got a campfire here which has been left a mess. But someone who doesn't look after the place. I'll put that in my bag after and take it back with me. So I don't know now. I'll have to go around and have a look somewhere else. See if I can find somewhere else. And I'm going to go into the thick a bit over there. I've come to a place where there are a lot of deer prints all the way around this area. And might be a good place. Can't find any trails, or paths I mean, rather than game trails. But I will show you this. And could you imagine seeing this at night, or when the sun's just going down in the distance through the trees, what you might think of it. And it's this here behind me. You know, could you imagine that in the dark, just coming across that? The fallen tree, it's all the roots. But when the sun's going down and your eyes aren't quite right, you might think, oh no, Bigfoot just walking along, you know, or something else. But I quite like this spot. Just go and have a look round, make sure there's no paths near to here. But it is quiet, it's very, very quiet. And in the distance, and I mean right in the distance, I can just about hear the road. Unfortunately, there was a path near that place, but coming further in, I have seen an area which I really like. I've got a tree. Yeah. And one, if I can just get that right. No. Where's it gone? Yeah. Behind me. Which I can get my hammock on with plenty of space. I'll turn it round and then you can see. So there's this distance here between that tree and that tree. I can get my hammock on. A smaller one there at the back to that. As you can see, no paths, none at all. I can even use that tree to that tree. But here is lovely and flat, where I can make up a little campfire. Go to the other campfire, bring some rocks over and place them around. Make sure I'm not going to set a fire that's going to spread anywhere. And yeah, so I'm going to put the coordinates down for this area and maybe use this more often. Nice holly tree there. I've got ferns around. I think plenty of shelter. And I can't even hear the road or water, where, you know, there's no rivers around here. Well, there is, but they're a lot further away. The main river that comes through here. So yeah, I'm pleased with this area, and this is what I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do in this area is clear it, like I say, get a campfire, hammock across there, somewhere to hang my bag which is waterproof. It's actually oil skin, so it shouldn't get damp in there as well if it becomes cold. Set this area up, and then from this area I'm going to go to other places around here and take you over to places that are near in the dark while I'm here, where strange things have happened, like on the way in where I showed you the wooded area where I think the campers were, the wild campers were, when they came across this dark shadow running across. Then there's another area which is in that direction, which is closer to the road, so it's a bit of a distance. So I probably won't walk you through it, but I'll be too busy with a torch making sure I don't fall over anywhere. But when I get to that point, I'll explain what's happened around there. We have a black phantom dog. We've got lights going over the canopy. No sound at all. Not only that, we've got a van going past on the road looking into the wooded area, where they saw lights to the point where they thought it was a pub in that area, and there's no pubs in that area. It's just woods like this. And they actually saw the light shining with a bit of mist and what looked like little figures running around this triangle shaped craft. So I'll be going to that area and having a look at there. That'll be like later on at night, you know. I think I'll do that about between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, you know, and just sit around that area and see what happens. Well, there have been plans for being on here in these woods on my own, doing a camp out, sort of little investigation, little wild camping, and a little chatting to you. Well, that took a while to get back to the pass. Oh, don't think I should have come this way. Let's go round. I'll show you why I'm not going to go across it. Well, I don't fancy falling down that. I'm getting stuck out here. Have a walk around this area. And this is the only way past. Hey, I've got my willies on. Ah, too deep. Let's see, another way. And there we go. Not went too bad actually. Now, I'm coming to the woods this far in, and I can't hear the road. And I'm getting to a point where I'm unsure which way to go. So I'm just going to keep on walking for a bit. See if I can hear traffic or river. If I hear the river first, I know go towards it, because there's a path that runs along the river. Or if I hear the road first, just keep following that noise. That's all I can do. Got myself quite lost. I am trying to do this without looking at a sat nav. I do have one on me in case it gets too bad to the point where I do get really lost, because this wooded area does stretch on for miles. But it looks as though I'm on some sort of path at the moment. In fact, yes, I've found a main little path. If I stick to that, then it should be okay. I think I'm going in the right direction, but we'll find out sooner enough. So here we go, the first path in miles that I've walked today. So if I follow this down, because going downhill should take me to the river rather than going uphill. You feel a bit better now that I've found a path. And here we are, proper path. But I'm going to go this way. because I'm feeling adventurous. And let's see where we end up. It looks as though we're going to thick woods again. But I can hear in the distance, that's if it's not the wind blowing through the trees, but I'm sure I can hear the road in this direction. It's beginning to get a bit rough underfoot, so I'm going to switch off for a minute. Well, I seem to have done it again. Strayed the path, ended up getting lost, come to another path. So this time I'm going to stick to it because I've been out here a long time. But this looks like a promising path. I don't know which side of the woods I'm going to come out of, be it the Bolton side or near to Blackburn. But there are some people over here. I might be able to talk to them, see which way is the best way. No, I'm going to carry on. I seem to come to a part where there's charcoal burners. So I've got a fair enough idea where I am now that I've come across these. And I'm going to be heading this way. Yes, I decided to come off path again. But I do know there's one down here, not far off from them charcoal burners. And we're coming right up to it now. There we go. Get through here. And here we go. But the last time I came down here, they didn't have this fencing up, which is on either side. So this is fairly new, and that's why I got a bit lost at this point. Because I was beginning to think, oh, I've not been down here before, but I do recognise where I am now. I've just heard a bit deer barking down here, so I'm going to walk this way and see whether I come across them. Would be nice to see some today before I go home. And as you can see, I've come up path a little bit because I do know the area I'm in now. In fact, I've drawn onto another path here with the river down in this little valley. So if I just walk along here, it'll take me all the way back. Oh, that was a nice adventure. So I'm now on the right path, going the right way. I figured out where I were, and I've come about, well, I've been out about 2 hours trying to find my way back. It's been a long, long walk, but I've enjoyed every minute of it. Lovely area, as you can see. We're coming to the end now of the walk. I've been out, well, finding where to camp and then walking around. I'd say about 2.5 hours. I've just got to the point now where I was telling you earlier on about the craft that had come over the canopy, and the lights and figures what we're seeing in the woods, where just behind me now where the road is a bit further along. So I'm walking on the path, staying to the path this time, until I get to the road, and then that'll be my little adventure over for the day. But yeah, like I said before, I've really enjoyed doing this. I think I'll do more of these, and just take you around these places where all unusual things happen. Things of high strangeness from around the Winter Hill area, Tockholes, Rivington, and take you out for more walks with me, because I've enjoyed this today, and as you can see, a bit of a sweat on, but coming to the end of it, because it's mostly up and down, there's a lot of winding paths when you get to the path, that is. And I've not seen one deer, which usually when I come in here I see deer. I'm looking down at the moment, so I'm making sure I don't lose my footing. This is even though it's a path I'm walking on, there's a bit of dense wood in front of me, with all sorts of trees that have fallen down that look like structures but aren't structures because they're just fallen tree. I'll show you, before I get onto the road, I'll show you a few things around here. I'll turn you around and let you see. This is a path which I didn't come in, I came in the other side, and this is on the other side now after about, like I said, 2.5 hours walk. So we're coming to the road, just down this path here. And at this point where we are, a witness got in touch with me and said out of these trees, out of this tree line here, came out a great big, massive whale-shaped craft that moved along the floor, inches from the floor, and across the road and up the field on the other side towards an area called Great Hill, which you've probably heard me talk about in past. We've been up there quite a few times. There's been a sighting up there of what some people call Dog Man, but I'm not sure what it is, what they've seen. We term it the Beast of Winter Hill, or the Rivington Beast. But yeah, they came out of this tree line here, where you see the 50 on the road, the 50 markers on the road, and went across the field, up and over towards the hill on the other side of that. Well, thanks for sharing that with us and coming along on this little walk with myself, and I'll see you again soon.
Mm.